You know, our planet is absolutely full of secrets, and a lot of them are hiding in plain sight. Today, we're going to take a journey from way up in orbit using satellite eyes to uncover some incredible mysteries. From ghost fleets to wild desert illusions, things you could never, ever see from the ground. I mean, we're talking about everything from bizarre geological formations to the hidden scars of human history. These satellite images tell stories that can totally challenge how we think about the world. For example, we're going to investigate how an entire fleet of World War II ships just suddenly appeared on dry land. And we'll uncover the seriously strange reason why a multi-million-dollar bomber was covered from wing to wing in old car tires. Yep, you heard that right. And we're also going to find out how our own eyes can get completely fooled by a simple shadow out in the desert. So let's kick things off with some of the planet's most unexplained anomalies. First up, unexplained anomalies. And the subtitle here really says it all. What you see isn't what you think. We're talking about things that just don't make sense at first glance, from puzzling structures to totally mind-bending optical illusions. Okay, so check this out. Deep in the Saudi Arabian desert, hundreds of kilometers from any town, we find this, a perfect square, 400 meters on each side, with just a single entrance. So what is it? An ancient ruin? Some kind of weird modern art installation? Well, it turns out the satellite data holds the key. The real clue comes when we kind of roll back the clock. In 2006, the satellite images show nothing but sand. Then, just a year later, boom, the square's there, along with some camps inside. The vehicle tracks all point to an oil exploration team, and it seems they just dug the trench as a simple protective barrier to keep out venomous animals. A really practical solution to a very mysterious site. All right, our next anomaly takes us all the way to China's remote Xinjiang region. Right next to this massive facility, satellite images show what look like two gigantic stones. And when I say gigantic, I mean each one is the size of a football field. So how did they even get there?
But hold on, in the world of satellite imagery, things are not always what they seem. What if I told you those aren't stones at all?
The answer is all in the shadows. See, if you look at the shadows from the facility's buildings, they all point in one direction. But the shadows on our so-called stones, they point the opposite way. That's because it's an optical illusion. These aren't massive boulders, they're massive sinkholes. Our brain just interprets that sunlit far edge as the top of a rock and the dark interior as its shadow. So cool, right? Our final anomaly is a real paradox. I mean, we all know that global warming is causing sea levels to rise. But off the coast of the Japanese island of Iwo Jima, the exact opposite is happening. What's going on? Get this, back in 2005, these dark shapes were sunken U.S. Navy ships sitting 200 meters offshore. But fast forward to today, and those same wrecks are sitting high and dry on the beach. So why is the sea retreating? Well, it's not. The island is rising. See, Iwo Jima is an active volcano, and all that magma swelling deep underground is pushing the entire island upward, lifting these ghosts of the past right out of the water. Okay. Next up, we're diving into the human stories that get captured from space. These images reveal some really incredible tales of survival, clever wartime strategies, and a few, well, unfortunate misadventures. This scar in the Siberian wilderness, it tells an incredible story of survival. On June 2nd, 2022, an Antonov An-30 cargo plane ran out of fuel just miles from its destination. With both engines totally dead, the pilot had no choice but to bring it down in the middle of that dense forest. The satellite image here captures the aftermath of that terrifying landing. And the most amazing part of all this, all 7 crew members just walked away. Now for a modern military mystery. This is a Ukrainian airbase. On the left, you see a Tupolev Tu-95 strategic bomber before the war. On the right, it's that same type of plane, but now it's covered in old car tires. I mean, what is going on here? Believe it or not, this is a fascinating, super low-tech solution to a very high-tech threat. It's a form of optical camouflage. See, modern cruise missiles and drones often use automated systems that compare the shape of a target to a digital library. So by piling tires on the wings and fuselage, you break up the plane's signature. You might just fool the AI into thinking it's not a valid target. It's a clever, if desperate, attempt to make a huge bomber basically disappear. So in 2022, a severe drought in California caused Lake Oroville's water levels to just plummet. And as the shoreline receded, a secret emerged from a spot that was once 65 feet underwater. a crashed SUV. The nearby highway has a really sharp turn right at this location, so it's pretty likely this was a tragic accident and that vehicle was just lost to the depths until nature decided to reveal it decades later. Our final human story comes from a place with a name that really says it all: Disappointment Island. Just imagine for a second you're a 19th century whaler after months at sea. You spot this lush green island on the horizon, and you're thinking paradise. But when you get there, the reality is grim. No fresh water, no trees for repairs, nothing edible, and just brutal freezing winds. Yeah, the name stuck, a permanent reminder of its complete and utter disappointment. For our final section, we're going to look at the raw power of our planet. These images showcase the awesome forces that can create stunning beauty and unleash terrifying destruction in the blink of an eye. So, this is the island of La Palma, part of Spain's Canary Islands, right off the coast of West Africa. It's home to nearly 100,000 people, all of them living in the shadow of an active volcano. On August 17th, 2021, this satellite image shows a normal, thriving community. Just 2 days later, the Cumbre Vieja volcano erupted. The next image shows the devastating aftermath: an entire city completely buried under a thick layer of volcanic ash. It was wiped off the map in 48 hours. Just a stunning display of nature's destructive force. On the coast of Somalia, we find thousands of these colorful circular pools. Now, this isn't a natural phenomenon. This is a display of pure human ingenuity. These are thousands of hand-dug wells that serve a brilliant dual purpose. First, they create a barrier which stops salty seawater from contaminating the fresh groundwater inland. And second, the intense heat evaporates the water, leaving behind salt that locals can then harvest and sell. It's such a simple, elegant solution to multiple problems. And our last stop takes us deep into the Sahara Desert. I mean, look at this stunning formation. It looks like a piece of abstract art. What geologists believe is that this is the heart of an ancient, long-extinct volcano. Over millions of years, the softer outer layers have just eroded away, exposing the hardened magma chamber that once bubbled deep beneath the earth. It's incredible. So, from optical illusions and wartime secrets to the raw, untamed power of nature, the view from above reveals a world that is so much more mysterious than we can even imagine. And it leaves us with a final question, doesn't it? For every secret we uncover, how many more